welcome to Show Some Hus. Nuggets grind out a win in Portland, 114 to 111. They are now 50-21. And yeah, it was I'm gonna quote Leo here. We are seventh graders because we like the late drama.
Oh man,
Yeah, give
it's
me
like
your
we're just
take.
spreading rumors.
Yeah.
Not great, man. It was just, it was not a bad start, but just an odd and frustrating finish. Would not be surprised to hear of some running that goes on in the plane on the way home. Um, but man, no yoke, no arrow. Um, but also the Blazers had no one as well except for Scoot. So
Yeah. Their entire starting
um,
five was rookies.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it was and they played well for that. And I thought Chauncey coached them up well as well.
Yeah, I thought Chauncey did a really good job. I mean, I felt like we got in the way of ourselves toward the end. Just some absolutely stupid turnovers. Um, we got lucky at one point. Uh, Gordon got that inbound and they didn't foul him. They waited for them to. I mean, and granted, I don't think there were free throws involved, but I don't know. It,
Yeah.
look, I actually feel really good about this game, but when you like look at it as just a game, it was extremely ugly.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
You know, I
It was, I mean, the quarter one, my note is bad offense versus batter offense.
yeah,
So, minus KCP, the defense was not great either. It was just they just shot horribly. They didn't make a single three in the first half.
yeah,
Ugly.
hmm yeah. We
Gillespie was a bright spot in the first quarter at least.
yeah, and I don't know if you heard it during the broadcast, but I think I learned why he hasn't played this much.
He was playing lots of G League, wasn't he?
Yeah, I didn't realize that two-way players can only play 50 games or can be only active, so on either on the bench for 50
Oh,
games in the year, and then they can't play in the playoffs.
hey man, you learn something every day. There you go.
Yeah, so that explains a lot because like
It does.
yeah, I mean, you and I were
18
like
points to being shut down.
yeah, like I just I don't know. I was just like, why isn't this guy on the bench? Why isn't he getting more time? Um,
Yeah,
but it definitely answers the question now.
it
Um,
does.
yeah, him and CB had a solid game from like when you look at guys that have to come in and do important things for us, those two guys are definitely the ones you point out. But then, I thought DJ, I mean, I can't believe I'm about to point this stat out. DJ went 3 for 3 from the line.
Man, he's just there to put on a free throw clinic. He's a free throw wizard, as one might say. No, he's I can't believe that man because every time he shoots it, it looks like a pass.
I don't know. I didn't feel uncomfortable until the end, to be honest. Uh, I mean, Reggie hit some big free throws at the end there because I'm like, don't even give this team a shot. Don't even. I don't. I don't want it to come down to another Anthony Edwards shooting a three at the buzzer. I just not with this team. Just
Yeah,
let's get home. And I don't know. Um, I was really disappointed in MPJ for most of the game. He had an okay fourth quarter, but I I just felt like this was kind of his game to shine. But I also feel like his lack of production tonight really puts a puts a glaring, I don't know what you want to call it, a glaring thing around how important Murray and Joker are to MPJ's game,
Yes.
because those two cause the chaos. Those two are the ones that get the rotation going on defense. Those two are the ones that get him open shots. So, not
I
saying that's all
I
he is, but you know,
I literally wrote that exact thing almost, man. It was almost word for word.
yeah. I mean, it's just
His game is reliant, and I think he knows that, and that's fine, man, because he's a sharpshooter. But when he becomes the first option, when you become a first option at all, you have to be a dribbler or a powerhouse down low, and he is neither.
yeah,
So that's easy to guard. Or
yeah.
sorry, it becomes easier to guard.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um, man, the only thing I really had about our game besides the third quarter being about as useful as a poopy flavored lollipop, was that when 55 points scored and 25 points assisted sits out for the night, it's got
yeah.
to be made up somewhere. So I don't really feel like anyone played like, oh man, we need to look more at this guy.
Hmm.
Um, but a win is a win,
Yeah,
and if it's against the G League Blazers, then so be it. Um, 3 points, a 3 point win against them is not good. So, but it could have been a loss. Um, so I'm glad the boys pulled it together without those two.
yeah. It was kind of like, we asked some people to step up, specifically DeAndre Jordan and Reggie Jackson to come in like that, especially DJ. DJ hasn't played that much at all, and we're asking him to basically be the centerpiece at five, right? For most of the
Yeah,
game. I can't remember the last time he's played 20 minutes. And it was just it's about just winning. Like, hey, we need you to eat a game. We need you to eat a game so that we can get, Jamal and Joker back. I honestly think Joker's injury, I don't think it was an injury. I think it was just resting, if I'm being completely
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Jamal's, I'm not quite sure about, because of what we saw last game. That might, I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't play on Monday, but who knows? Um, I mean, if we got Nikola back, that makes up a lot. Um, but I don't know. I'm impressed with how there was a moment. I don't know if it was CB got a couple buckets, or I can't remember if it was Caldwell Pope, after the Blazers took the lead off I think they hit a three in the fourth, yeah. And then MPJ hit that three in transition. And that was like such a don't forget we are the champions type of response. Um, and to do it without, your two main offensive focal points, it's a testament to that, these guys are ball players. They all, I mean, none of them are going to try and pretend like they're Jamal or Joker. They all know they're not. Um, Reggie Jackson, he led the way with 23. He had some moments that drove me up the wall, but
Especially defensively.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It was such a weird game, but it's one of those ones where I don't want to feel that way because we got the win, and we got the win in an important time. Like, we're still hunting for the one seed, I think it's important to also be playing well going into the playoffs. So I don't know. It's just,
I agree, man. A win is a win, and we'll take it.
yeah, like I don't want to dive too deep into it, because I think talking to you right at the beginning of the game, you said to me, I can't even remember, I don't know who it was. Oh, you said Michael Porter Jr. The effort was there. Yeah, he
Mhm.
didn't he didn't have he had only 12 points tonight. He was a -3. However, I think the effort was there,
Yeah,
and I felt like the effort was there from all nine players that played tonight. And effort won't get you a win every single night, but when you're right, you're playing against the G League Blazers, it might, and we needed it. So we got it.
I agree, man, and we'll take it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Blazers and other useless things that don't really matter, I have a question for you. I'm going to see how you do with this question.
Okay.
Um, there are four teams in the NBA whose team names, like the Denver Nuggets and the LA Lakers, their names end with an S. Um, who are the four teams in the NBA who do not end with an S?
The Heat.
Took Okay, that's one. The Miami Heat.
Yeah, this is hard.
If you want a hint, let me know. It took April a minute 27, and she did it without any hints. So
All right, let's end it that way. Can we end it with that?
yeah, of
I
course.
will not look at my phone. I promise.
I believe you. I believe you,
Okay. Damn. Now I can't stop thinking about it.
dude. Yeah. If you when you think about it, let me know. Do you want a hint? I'll give you a hint.
Like we're talking full name, not no like no abbreviations. Like not like the Grays.
No, full
Okay.
name.
Okay. Thunder.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna bug me, man. This is gonna bug me. While I'm thinking, do me a favor. Talk about talk about Aaron Gordon's block at the end there.
Speaking of Aaron Gordon, I just had a tag along Girl Scout cookie. So if anyone's following along who enjoyed our Girl Scout pod, Aaron Gordon, man, I just loved the way he played tonight. Um, I thought he was super whiny.
A little bit.
Uh, first, but I guess if Nicola's not going to do it, someone has to.
Yeah.
And but didn't he have a double double at halftime?
Yeah. I mean, he manned the boards in the absence of
Mhm.
Joker. Big time.
Mhm. Yeah, it was great. And man, when Joker and Jamal are out, I feel like Aaron Gordon should be a 25 and 10 guy.
Hmm.
But I don't know that many players that are 25 and 10 guys, so maybe that's unrealistic. And to ask him to do that on the spur of the moment is not very fair. And Spurs, by the way, is not going to be one of them, Donny, for your guess of the four teams.
Well,
But
I've got two. Got
um,
two.
and everyone here is probably we're not going to edit this out, but I want to know Donnie's been thinking about this. We're going to edit some of the time out. Donnie's been thinking about this for about 52 minutes now. We're going on, everybody. So
I refuse to give up. I don't want to give up because I know I can figure this out.
Donnie, I'm going to give you a hint if you don't get it in the next minute. But no, man, Aaron Gordon played really well. Um, in quarter two, things were going so well that I almost said out loud that our bench is playing phenomenal. I almost said it. And then I was like, oh, I know better than to say that. Because then the third quarter rolled around and everybody was bad. Everybody. So that was frustrating to see. But Donnie, also something that not necessarily Nuggets related, but cool basketball. Basketball brings people together. Talk about showing some hus. Did you hear about the Yale band?
I did not. Let me know.
Um, so I don't know this full story because I saw a short headline of it. Sounds like the Yale band was not able to make it to their NCAA tournament teams play. So the Idaho or Idaho State, I forget which school, stepped in for Yale.
Nice.
They learned Yale's fight song on a whim, bought Yale shirts, and played for Yale in Yale's upset win of the NCAA tournament. So,
That's awesome.
you know, don't ever tell me that basketball is not romantic. And because that's about as romantic as it gets. So I hope in 10 years that we hear a story of two bandies, getting together, one from Idaho, one from Yale, and it's all because of this story. But anyway, that's enough of my Nick Sparks talk. That really did happen.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, dude.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. That
yeah.
was that was a really cool upset
What
for
was and
March
what was it
Madness.
exactly? What? Yeah, who?
Did they beat Kentucky? No, that was Oakland.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of Oakland, wow, that was a they had a great game again tonight. They almost gave UNC or NC State the biz.
Yeah.
Um, oh no, overtime. But Donnie, you said the Heat and the Thunder. Who
You
are
said
your other two?
okay, so you said there's four.
There are four. Donnie, I'm gonna just give you the hint. You said the Heat,
Jazz,
right?
Jazz, Jazz.
There you go. The Jazz, the Denver neighbor.
I
Donnie,
got
you said the Heat. Come on, man. You said the Heat.
well, I already said the Thunder.
You said the Heat, Donnie.
Yeah, the
Stick with
Heat.
the Heat.
Oh, are they in
Stick with the
Florida?
war.
Oh, the Magic.
There you go. There you
All
go. The
right.
Magic. Only 2 hours,
Cheers.
37 minutes, everybody.
Hey, I'm cutting all that out to make it look like 5 seconds.
I love it. Well, anyway, man, I didn't have a player comparison for you. I was gonna do Portland Mello versus Nuggets Mello, but that's an easy call every time.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
so that was my fun little weird basketball question for you.
No, I love that. And I also want to know what did Sir Jim say about CB?
Oh, I he said out loud to me on the telephone today, Donnie, that CB he doesn't think CB should be getting playing time.
What?
He said he's just
Jimbo, come on,
he's
man.
struggling with the ball,
He,
and I'm just reporting, man. I'm not here
hey,
to pick sides.
hey, it's
And I said Donnie is going to be super upset and personally hurt with these comments.
I mean, CB, like when it comes to ball handling, not his strength. Not his strength.
And
Tonight,
his shots getting back, and he played well tonight.
yeah, shots get better. He's not, I've noticed he's not great at corner threes. Um, I don't know. Tonight just like showed what he's good at, and that was if you look at the points he made 1 3, but then like most of his points were like, I don't know, layups or a drive to your left and then pivot to your strong hand, little hook floater. And that's his game, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah,
but he's not getting 17 and 10 every night. That would be
no,
nice. That'd be nice.
no.
Yeah. I think I like CB is so much because of his effort. Like I don't know.
I agree, man. I'm a CB fan, or more of a CB fan now, even than I was. But hey,
Come
man,
on,
30
Jimbo.
plus. I know
Jimbo.
we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. But 30 plus points from our bench, man. Not bad. We'll take it.
Yeah, it was,
CB
um,
leading the way with that. With that is just what we need, especially when our two stars are out.
yeah, I mean, you look at that bottom line comparing the starters to the bench, like, total rebounds, bench had 19. And Grant, I mean, CB played like starter minutes tonight. He had
Mm-hmm.
36. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but only 3 turnovers between all of them.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
CB had at least one. Yeah. I mean, you're right though. Just when you started this off, the Gillespie, let's call it like the Gillespie problem. The Gillespie, uh, I'm trying to think of some smart word to say, but I can't. Um, he just, he is definitely, I think, the plan for post Reggie. I think he is the plan to back up Jamal in the future. Right now, I trust Reggie more. Reggie has more size, he has more experience.
Oh, way more. And he's just a better player right now.
Yeah, and I think the reason they signed him to that two-way deal and they kept him down there for as long as he did was when you come back from an ACL, dude, it's not there's no switch. You don't just flip it on. You need reps. It's it, it's it's very mentally uh taxing to trust that leg again. And
Are you talking about for his play this season?
yeah, like because if he only plays with us, if he sits on that bench all year long in the NBA in the with the Nuggets, he doesn't get playing time.
Well, and also we learned tonight G League players can only get 50 regular season games, and he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, that's what I'm saying is like the reason he was in the G League is because he needed the reps.
I
Yeah,
got you. I
yeah,
got you. Yes. Okay.
yeah,
So that's and which is why he sat for so long for
hun-
our. Yeah.
100%. And that I think that's also why like Pickett was on the bench so many times and Gillespie wasn't. Because I mean, I
Yeah.
think I I'm sure Pickett's a great player. We've only seen a little bit of him, but I don't think he's Gillespie. I don't even think he's close to Gillespie. Um, I don't know, but that's just I wanted to make that statement because I really think that his whole season has been more like a continuation of rehab,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a good point. That's a really good point.
But he had a big game for us tonight. That was huge. I mean, without his points, without his minutes, we probably don't win this game.
No, man, I agree. He also he only had one assist. That seems
Yeah, it
odd,
seems wrong.
but hey, man, a win's a win. We'll take it.
Yeah, man. All right, give me gosh dang it, man. That four team thing. I mean, oh man, I can't believe that took me that long. All right. Give me your hustle man of the match and then let's get out of here.
Got you, man. My hustle man of the match is going to be KCP. Right place, right time. Doesn't show up in the points section, but starts the game off with 2 steals. How many steals does he have? He only had two tonight. I feel like
Well,
what?
but the amount of strips he had,
Yeah. Okay.
you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. And tips and touches, and he changes shots, and he just changes the whole momentum of the game. KCP is my hustle man of the match. Donnie, what about you?
I'm gonna go Christian Brown because I'm gonna fanboy out when I have the opportunity. So
Love
yeah,
it.
big
Love
minutes,
it.
big points, big rebounds. So
Yeah.
um yeah, everyone we'll be back for the next game. I think our next game's against the Grays on Monday night. Um
Yeah.
and that will be the start of the final 10 games of the regular season. Or sorry, final 11 games of the regular season.
Hmm.
And I learned something tonight. The Nuggets have never had 50 wins this fast into a season. So we are on pace to break the Nuggets single season regular season record and probably not even get the 1 seed. So whatever, take
We'll
that with
see.
yeah, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And that's the thing. Like I feel like we can't worry about it.
Yeah.
We just can't. And we fall
Agreed.
where we fall. I think we'll get top 2 at the minimum. So um all
I
right.
think so too,
Well,
Donnie.
yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple. Um, Leo and I, we're working on some really fun stuff right now. We're trying to get some really cool interviews. Um, one that him and I even kind of get shivers over that we're in the process of working on. So stay tuned for that. And Leo, can you remind the people for us?
Please do not forget to show some us. Go Nuggets.